Hello everybody, today I will give you an introduction on our project Stock Market Analysis and Prediction.
First, you need to know what is stock market analysis, and there are two types of stock analysis, fundamental analysis and technical analysis. And in this project, we will analyze the effectiveness of prediction algorithms on stock market data and get general insight on stock data through visualization.
In this project, we study the stock data of Google. The historic finance data of Google can be downloaded from Yahoo Finance. This dataset consists of variables such as open, high, low, close, and more than 3,000 observations of stock. Data is kept daily and presented in USD currency. Our research questions include: first, what was the change in price of the stock over time? Second, what was the daily return of the stock on average? Third, what was the volatility of the stock? Fourth, what was the simple moving average of the various stocks? Fifth, what was the cumulative moving average of the various stocks? Sixth, what was exponential moving average of the various stocks? From the questions above, we came up with various plotting and visualization graphs, and finally analyzed the effectiveness of prediction algorithms.
In the part of data processing, we will be doing appropriate data cleaning, preparation, and wrangling on the dataset. We use the pandas read CSV method to read our dataset into a pandas data frame object named df. We use the pandas isNum and sum functions together to get the count of the missing values for each column. As part of the data processing, a file is created with two functions, data normalization and data removal. After removing, normalization, and rechecking the non-values, we call our data and the hide method to have a view of the top 10 rows of our data.
To answer our research questions, we proceed with the data aggregation and group operations. For the first question, the change in price of the stock, we compute the sum for the close column and call group by with the column date to group the number of records by date. Finally, we calculate the percentage count for each column and edit them into a new column percentage. From the observation, the years 2014, 2015, 2016 had the highest closing price at 11%, 12%, and 15% respectively, with the year 2005 having the lowest counts below 3%. For the second question, the daily return of the stock. The daily return measures the dollar change in stock's price at a percentage of the previous daily closing price. A positive return means the stock has grown in value, while a negative return means it has lost value. We get it by subtracting the opening price from the closing price. Conveniently, pandas has the PCT change method to calculate the percentage of change in the daily returns. We use it and store it in a new column called daily returns. For the third question, the volatility of the stock. A stock's volatility is a variation in its price over a period of time. For daily volatility, to get it, we calculate the standard deviation of the daily returns. For monthly volatility, we make the assumption that there are 21 trading days in the month, so we multiply the daily volatility by the square root of 21. For annual volatility, we assume there are 252 trading days in the calendar year, and we multiply the daily volatility by the square root of 252. For the fourth question, the simple moving average of the stock. The simple moving average is a straightforward technical indicator that is obtained by summing the recent data points in a given site and dividing the total by the number of time period. Traders use the SMA indicator to generate signals on when to enter or exit a market. It can be computed for the different types of price. That is high, low, open, and close. In this project, we can calculate the moving average using rolling method. Therefore, to calculate SMA in Python, we use Pandas data frame rolling function that helps us make calculations on a rolling window. On the rolling window, we will use min function to calculate the mean of each window. For the fifth question, the cumulative moving average of the stock. While calculating CMA, we don't have any fixed size of the window. The size of the window keeps on increasing as time passes. In Python, we can calculate CMA using expanding method. Therefore, to calculate CMA in Python, we will use data frame expanding function. This method gives us the cumulative value of our aggregation function. For the sixth question, the exponential moving average of this stock. The other type of moving average is the exponential moving average, which gives more weight to the most recent price points to make it more responsive to recent data points. An exponential moving average tends to be more responsive to recent price changes as compared to the simple moving average, which applies equal weight to all price changes in the given period. To calculate EMA in Python, we use data frame EWM function. It provides us exponentially weight functions. We will be using min function to calculate EMA. For the analysis visualization part, first, we use Matplotlib to plot the closing price data frame to get the change in price of the stock. Second, we use the same method to get the daily return of the stock. Third, we get the chart of the volatility of the stock in a period of time. Fourth, we form the visualization of the simple moving average of the stock. Fifth, we get the visualization of the cumulative moving average of the stock. Sixth, we get the visualization of the exponential moving average of the stock. For the part of machine learning, to conduct machine learning using Python, we used sklearn, which is one of the most robust machine learning libraries in Python. We imported the mean squared error function from the matrix module to calculate the mean or average of the square of the difference between actual and estimated values. Keras is used to make the implementation of neural networks easy. It also supplies multiple backend neural network computation. We use two long short-term memory layers in our model and implement dropout in between for regularization. The number of units assigned in the long short-term memory parameter is 50, with a dropout of 10%. Mean squared error is a loss function for optimizing the problem with item optimizer. 15 euros will give the model high dimensionality, enough to capture the upwards and downward trends. Return sequence is true as we need to add another long short-term memory layer after the current one. Input shape corresponds to the number of time steps and the number of indicators. For dropout, 20% of 15 euros will be ignored randomly during each iteration of training. Finally, when it comes to the conclusion, we have already done the following parts. First, find and select the appropriate data for our analysis questions. Second, clean up the data. Third, group the data. Fourth, create several data visualizations. Fifth, conduct machine learning on data to predict. And we have already solved all the research questions in our project. At the same time, we have learned that various machine learning algorithms along with the Python libraries can be used effectively in data analysis and prediction.
and the inner workings of data handling, machine learning, and Python programming should be comprehensively understood and flexibly practiced.
That's all the introduction of our project. Thank you for your listening.